like
if we get there, we can start that conversation.
So
Heretics on defense.
Both teams,
BBL on attack.
And these maps are the maps I want to see.
These are the two best pistol teams. BBL 61%, Heretics 58. This was 71, but then they lost all their pistols.
Apex earlier on. It didn't look like it suited them by any means, but we focus on the game for now. We'll touch back in on this role, well, not even role swap, but the agent change up coming through.
What the hell have you? I'm not reading that, man.
Heretics
I started reading it, and I'm not reading it anymore.
Well, there's one thing to be ready, it's one thing to deal with it. Miniboo,
I mean, the bait-in is incredible. Dude, I'm surprised he doesn't stick around for more there.
Yeah, surprised that BBL have all this utility with the triple initiator and walking straight through the smoke.
Almost
off guard.
You know, trying to save all that util potentially.
Yeah, I mean, they bought so many ghosts, they didn't actually have that much util.
Sociable, Levin, Profek, still able to maybe navigate some options. You see a very passive hold on this A site.
Yeah, we'll come down to Boo here, just alone on this A site. Does have the paranoia. This is nice.
Oh, the shot's real nice as well from Benji. Quick trade though, but they don't know about
guys, really?
Blue. And look at this man, so ready for it. Waiting patiently, and
why did they think there was no one on site? Omen's still alive.
Now trying to maybe cut off the support system, but they can play the numbers now. Even Miniboo waiting there.
This looks a little rough for BBL. Like what Mini said, a lot of util walking for a smoke. Salvos were late.
I want to talk about the compositions a little
and
bit.
Then
the triple initiator is,
they don't really
sided composition on this map. You have all the utility
expect
to take all the space you
Omen to be
want.
playing the side that Omen on the
If the opposing team
anchors.
tries to re-clear you, it doesn't matter. You can just util back. All this recharge utility just gives you so much space. Didn't quite work out on the pistol round. And the opposite side, Heretics' comp isn't supposed to be an amazing defense comp. It's got double duelist, which traditionally has gone on attack. If they can start getting some rounds on this defense side,
keep an eye on the pistols, 1-0. We get a sheriff for 11, that's about it.
Mentally, I'd check out a little bit in these rounds, but we have been seeing these back and forth moments. Maybe not so much with these two teams as such, but I do want to keep a little bit of a close eye on it. It seems very all in for now. Going to have to go through their protocols though, because we can see the setup in place.
Tap of the orb, and this shock dart did so much damage. It's a best of 3? Yeah, it's a best of 3.
In the dark, but rewarded nonetheless. And this approach is already not finding what they want.
Yeah, that approach from Heretics felt reminiscent of last year, the Benji Cypher, Rian Soba on the same site.
Deadly duo.
Yep, recons, wall bangs, everything going on.
And speaking of Benji, what a return to form for him as of late. A lot more of that
he
kind
had
of
a rough
clutch potential
kickoff.
rising up. You roll your mind back to the kind of sunset days. This guy was getting 2-3 Ks every time, it felt like, closing out rounds for Heretics. Starting to see a little bit more of that from him as well.
Okay, looking like they head over towards Woot to clean them up.
And for Heretics, it has been this road of recovery. Kickoff was
Do
a
they
disaster.
get any kills?
Yeah.
So for them, what a return of
Probably
some of
not.
these elements. And I think that's one of the things we're impressed with this team, is the resilience overall.
No dash.
30 seconds left.
This is looking simple stuff. Oh!
Oh, okay, hold
he's
up,
put it on the
too.
show for us, but maybe Sociable, he gets another. Yeah,
not
well,
too bad.
it was a nice try, making something out of nothing, took 2 players down.
Yeah, we didn't quite touch on Woot yet.
Been the game for the last Master Spot should be a best of 5.
As well for the double duelist.
I don't mind it
Again,
being a
not
best of 3.
Traditionally, not kind of the thing that you expect.
I think we have
from team
a
like
good amount of
Heretics,
best of 5s.
but I can't doubt Woot, is basically how that goes.
Yeah.
Woot and Miniboo this stage have been phenomenal.
No,
like beyond phenomenal.
And it feels like they're almost sometimes underrated for what they're doing, statistically, even just visually, how good they are here. Certainly deserving their flowers.
Too many best of
throughout
5s
this
is
run.
annoying. Yeah, I
However,
agree with
buys
that.
come in here for BBL. Gonna have to deal with what remains with Heretics on Heretics' bonus here. The Bulldogs, the Guardians, and it looks simplistic.
Dude, our first big buy run, we
very
insta just
singular
hit
in
over
approach
towards
here.
A.
Boo, gonna be forced off from
Okay,
the high
5v5
flash.
retake, and
I
we've
think
got
that should at
a
least allow them the sight.
instant push over
Sentinel
towards middle.
on the attack side for BBL means
Yeah,
that Miniboo can
Miniboo's
get
here
this
really early.
undetected.
But honestly, Magnum's in such an off angle there. Whoa, okay.
Magnum sat back down.
That's a
Miniboo
great
so
adjustment
swift
from
with
him.
it. And now they've got problems, right? Nowhere feels safe. So BBL maybe looking for some security. A quick dash to split the ideas of where they want to push from and hold from, but Benji there. Gonna find Yampi. There is not much going right for BBL in this one, and this strangling hold of this site is gonna get harder and harder to breathe against. Rien's now taking the steps.
No way, man. They made that look easy. Dude, Mini Boo winning this out just made that one of the easiest retakes ever.
Yeah, that's a worrying round for BBL.
What do you reckon? Because they saw the fade eye get thrown from far back. The comments were good enough that he knew someone was close to him.
One of the major weaknesses
I want to say that's what happened. I'd be impressed if that is true.
This is going to need to be a big attack side for BBL in this composition match.
He's turning the corner like he's really confident someone's close behind. Maybe it's something they always do because they got no info sentinel as well. Do they always have someone holding over towards A main?
And even the fact that they're pressuring those backlines so early, you know, that first buy round coming in, they've already ripped that away from BBL.
Yeah, I think that's right.
On that backline, pushing in, taking away Magnum. And it's a cold start for BBL here. Look, we know they're the underdogs in this regard. We know they're coming in on the back foot if you're up against basically a flawless run team, but they need something to work out for them here. Some of these players yet to even get on the board. It feels very cold.
Yeah.
I feel like the more I watch Heretics, the more my confidence goes higher and higher with them.
Highest rated player of this stage, I believe, so far.
It would be nice to actually have faith in the EMEA team for Toronto, to be honest.
This is the map choice of BBL, so this somewhat frozen start when you know that Icebox is looming. That could be recipe for disaster.
Hello, mate.
However, we wait to see if there's more life in them yet. We've been giving a lot of credit to BBL, playing within their means perfectly, if not over-delivering in some aspects. Some very talented individuals, the coaching staff, everything about them.
Even with little time. I mean, it's pretty much down to whoever gets first seed, in my opinion.
An overmatch here.
Yeah, I have to agree with all of that. There's some teams, I think, in our league that can learn a lot from BBL right now. But Heretics looking different levels right now.
Benji. I like this.
Yeah, insta setup.
Slipping back towards stairs to supplement the sight.
Oh, what a flash that is.
The flash was,
imagine he gets an extra back of sight here. Yampi's low, he probably does it, right?
Magnum, can they still get under the skin? I don't
Very
think so.
nice,
Absolutely not. Heretics making them look, you know, near on college level, amateur at this point. Nothing seems to be going right for BBL. I need to see them with a buy. I need to see them back firing here.
Yeah, and that's the big problem. When you lose that pistol, lose that bonus, you start to look a little bit silly. Like, we're looking at essentially the first real gun round of the game is already 4-0 down. I'm surprised BBL on that bonus round going for
winners in the train yesterday. I mean, the Bay Breaks games are really fun, man.
Triple initiator, sorry, taking a bit more of that map control. I wonder if they're going to switch back to that style.
It was fun because everyone was so invested as well.
This all-in style. Looks like they're going to continue with the
like everyone was incredibly invested. Even the hate watchers,
here,
aka Sideshow.
Still Benji to have to handle. If he suppressed, that'd be marvelous, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. Levin looking for anyone, but for now, struggling to get cleanly on the site. Already hindered slightly, but halfway open.
Perfect storm, yeah, it really kind of all came together, right?
Locked in visually.
It's a great ult. It's a great ult. It's a great fade eye. Ben just to kill 2. 3? Almost.
Kills, but BBL fighting through. They've got potentially a plan here. They have numbers advantage.
Okay, Woot shouldn't be winning this.
This is what the doctor ordered.
But he's pretty much getting 3 1v1s, and 2 of them are low. So if he can take down Yampi and win this 1v1, this is incredibly doable. Okay, well, nice shot from Yampi. I tried to build it up a little bit, but
from BBL this time able to make it through onto the side.
Yampi just owned it.
Yeah, BBL, it seems like they've changed game plan completely. It's going to be an all-in style with this composition, trying to overwhelm the sites with Teo. I liked Heretics' approach and reaction, though, again, playing a bit more of a retake style, knowing that holding these sites is going to be a little bit difficult. The flooding didn't quite work, though.
That haunt was lovely that came through. Starting to see that more and more.
To have Sentinel preference on this map.
The
solo Sentinel? Probably say, honestly, solo Sentinel, I'm really on board with the Vice these days. Double Sentinel, I just want a deadlock, and then I don't mind the Cypher or the
Vice. Anti-KO ult setup here for Heretics. Expecting Yampi to use the KO ult early.
It's going to be Woot then standing to attention. Does he get punished early on here? Yeah, he absolutely is. But Rien still holding the line. Oh! What is that from
Dude, it's their buy round. It's their buy round to reset their money. And he's gone and peeked and 2-tapped him. Oh boy.
Fine for him, apparently. No pressure. pressure for this man. Where's that pressure coming from A main though? Yampi didn't need the support until then. Miniboo left on his own. Does go down, leaving Profek in a 1v2. He's sprayed
Very
down.
nice, man. The trip wrecked him.
There is little to be done in that, it felt like. Even in all that chaos, Heretics still looking like they're in control.
Oh, they're very much in control.
Heretics reading the KO ult beautifully, knowing that it's likely going to be a fast round using that KO ult. Rian's got some beautiful kills. Wu, in a very awkward position, still manages to do damage.
Dude, that shot is...
Yeah, the fact he's still able to fire off from there. Bloody hell.
Heretics look like they've been practicing Ascent.
And we were kind of talking about this. This is a BBL timeout. Do not fear, the stage will not be going red just yet. But it was something that kind of reminded me, I hate to bring up Fnatic.
Sideshow, respond to the allegations. I mean, we've already spoken about that, but I would say Sideshow will use every excuse to explain why he was wrong in his picks. Everyone's playing bad against Paper X, apparently.
Not sandbagging, but kind of to try and round out their veto process, right?
I imagine
when you get to those bigger
what I'll
events,
say for every game they win going forward.
Veto process. Obviously, Fracture's not high up.
It's just too predictable.
And Ascent has also not been a good map, so having two of those unavailable wouldn't be acceptable if you're going to those bigger events.
Double duelist on Ascent?
So to see
I mean,
them try and maybe
it used to be a thing back in the day.
Work here feels like this is an indicator to not just BBL, but every other team.
Yeah, I think the context is just slightly different in the Fnatic instance. We already qualified, so we're just doing a little bit of trolling.
Yeah, you're like, well, why not?
He complimented Paper X today. Right. Wait, what? Is that just purely because they lost, or is it before they lost?
This game, so they need to make one of them at least look good.
Yeah, and I think this is so far. I feel like they found the right reactions. I like this kind of double duelist here. It looks nice. I do want to see if BBL, though, come in maybe a little bit hotter after this timeout, maybe readjust mentality. Because so far, they haven't really been testing Heretics.
No, it's been a very direct approach.
Can't break trips? Wait, what team are you saying can't break trips? Because they've got everything to break trips and find the trips. And they got probably the best for breaking the trips. Oh my goodness. I say they can't break trips, they good mate. They got a good comp against the...
Back-to-back impact, he's still firing a feel-good round!
Bro.
All around!
Wait, all of Heretics individually is...
Oh, come on, easy, Tiger.
Okay, well, I was about to compliment you.
Opportunity, but you can see it instantly being shot.
They do all look good, though.
Flying in Profek. It ain't gonna happen. Heretics.
Nice shots. Pick up the op as well.
Number real soon.
Yeah, BBL trying again. They were faking towards the B side of the map, but whilst they were faking, they executed at the same time, so the fake wasn't really timing through.
I mean, you pretty much do default. So what happens is you end up doing default util. So I use the A trip for example. Right. So what you do is you're taking over towards A as your default. So what you're doing is you would do damage that leaks over towards the right side. That would break this, but also covers this. And that would be part of your default.
On the other side, starting to really build
like it's so like the Teo. The Teo util is good for a default, and it can break the trip.
Maybe, you know, get enough rounds.
Teo's is good at everything, man.
How it suits this side, and they should be trying to get as many as
possible. Another run for BBL. If they lose, they got to eco.
Right place, right time. Levin on the receiving end of that 3-3-8 more.
Heretics are doing a good job of mixing up their setups. Hard to work out where the op is at the moment.
How good Woot was with his operator.
But he's just
been phenomenal.
And he's everywhere. It feels like you're not getting away from him. There's something very oppressive about having to deal with someone on this op who's just constantly around the map. We've seen him in the previous round over towards A Heaven. Yep. We've now seen him towards B main. This needs to be added to the checklist for BBL to remove that, identify it. But right now, this checklist feels like it's already missing steps.
Usually with initiators, they're supposed to stop the operator. They've got 3 of them. It's not happening right now.
They didn't spot the
here again.
Didn't spot the Cypher, so they're going to flash this guy off the angle. But then they don't know about the Cypher. The great fade.
Still a nice combination, still effective trading for Heretics.
Sociable can win the round.
Trying to take those next steps in towards
the
side. Once again, they're going to at least
get
towards a plan here. Sociable, the only one disconnected from this.
He's got to get 2, to be honest, I think.
Still standing on 8. Manageable with the operator. Utility for the post plant. I mean, Sociable's there, but he's got a lot of work on his hands. Sacrificial on the first swing. Fu goes down.
Is it enough? 27 HP, 8 HP.
Numbers still on their side, but the HP is becoming a factor. Rien's on 27. Yampi's patience. The discipline there from Yampi. Just gorgeous. Did he get both? And it was a needed round. They might just get it. Wood though, not gonna
Okay,
work
nice.
out.
Dude, is this
Magnum in
2
the
rounds from
end.
BBL, Yumpy
Gonna
3K,
secure
Yumpy 2K,
BBL
I think,
their
right?
second. And a vital round.
And the reason for both
Yeah,
of their
Yampy
rounds.
there leading from the front. It's going to be difficult to replicate that round specifically, but buys them a little bit more time to figure out what's going wrong on this attack.
One enemy remaining.
Oh. These are the sort of games, though, you look to your likes of Yampis, your big boy players who've got that experience, who can keep them mentally in this game, focused up.
What is this one?
Coming out with the op as well.
To set up the op?
Let's see what
Something
the game
fast,
plan is.
potentially.
Well, speaking
Wait,
of
what?
fast,
They swap
Levin's
places.
off. He's not gonna go
No
well
way.
here,
This
though. Heretics already have
Dude, I was
players
looking at
down
the
the
minimap
deep
like, wait,
bottom
hold up.
mid. Prophet removes
They're kind of staring
Boo,
at each
but
other.
Look at Mini Boo. Gonna use this as almost a get out of jail here, but at this point, the damage once again done. Number advantage.
Everything Heretics are doing just seems to be working. Like another set round this time, aggression, and BBL are caught off guard.
And I quite like that. It feels very disruptive to pull out a really aggressive round, almost like a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
At those sort of points. Momentum completely then just gets put off track.
Yeah, it's a beautiful variation of the traditional vision strikers, using the Euro almost to TP in there.
And it worked well.
The hell is this?
Jungle camp from Benji.
It's interesting.
Here now in the foliage, we see young Benji Fishy having a little look at some tweets.
You get the sound these days, so he's
But they're
like
going
looking
through the
around
list of
for
trying
it.
to remove some of this utility, and in the meantime, BBL taking steps towards middle. And Heretics already kind of understanding that space has been left somewhat neglected. You can see Boo's reposition, you can see Rien shouldering that angle. So awareness is there, and there is no pressure through B main. So it all comes through
I
market.
mean, Boo just
Smokes
owns
himself
this
off here, he's
round,
got a
man.
timing here.
There's no way they
Yeah.
think he's B
Waiting on the
main.
contact from Rien's. Oh, more than
Why would he
contact.
smoke himself off
But
if
there's
he's
the
B
kill.
main is what they're
And there's
thinking.
Boo striking off the back. Lovely little synergy, a 1-2 between them. Yampy, you got a clutch for me here. He knows Boo's waiting. Similar scenes on either side. Ult there. And Yampy, this would be magic for him. But it ain't gonna be easy. First one not gonna happen. Heretics is 3.
All right.
Striding back in on
Win
the
one,
site.
lose the next.
Yeah, one thing I want to touch on here is that we were praising BBL for
Team A.
simplifying with the jet picks. Like, Levin's been very good since simplifying to jet. The teams look
Sure.
better. On the map where you see Jets farm quite a lot, Levin having a poor performance so far. I'm not going to put it all on his back necessarily, but he's not being set up for success here.
And I mean, if we talk about that, let's...
Very clean, boys. Let's go.
It does look mechanical, doesn't it? But if we talk about that bigger picture here as well, we can't ignore the fact that Heretics were the one that put the likes of Durka in, back in his box on Icebox. That was one of those where they're very good at handling these jets, handling these traditional plays, these aggressive plays. Certainly not the first instance we've seen them achieve this. Let's see if Levin can once again try and approach this. A lot on
Okay,
his
into the
shoulders
drone
here.
over
It'd be lovely
towards
to have a little
short. They
bit more
follow up, they
frontline
get a
work
bit
with
of
them.
space. Smoke over
KO
towards
again
middle.
for
They
BBL.
pretty much
Same
forced into
strategy
this
as
one,
ever.
which is, I mean, it shows desperation. They got double
we saw
stinger.
last time around Rien's actually to find the double
The leg
through there.
shot.
That looked like a leg, it is. Magnum down only 30. Rien's now takes his time and strikes. Magnum gone, but they take away mini boost, so the site is
Dude, they
looking
still
a
got
little
double
bit
kill
more vulnerable,
trips. It's a
potentially
good little
bomb
anti-KO setup.
They'd need.
They still don't
At least
know
get
about the
time on
trips,
their
right?
side. Spike now being shuffled in, and oh my word, Boo, he knows his angles, and already a pre-take here. Woo wants all eyes on him and wait for the others to come through as well, but BBL fighting
There's no,
back.
oh dude, I was gonna say, if he gets that A main kill, I'm gonna lose my
Prophet
mind.
from the back line's doing wonders, leaving just Benji alive. Praise that clutching coming back on for them, but the time is low here. Not an easy scenario. Can he find one? He absolutely cannot. BBL.
Dude,
clinging
Benji's sense
on
looks
tight
so
to the
high, I
third
swear,
now
it
in
looks
their
insane.
pocket.
And because of Yampy's performance so far, it means he gets that
Okay,
KO
can they
for
actually
a
get 2 in a
second
row?
time. KO and Ascent being one of the most powerful ults in the game. Heretics had the read again, how to play around it. Maybe doing the exact same setup wasn't the play, but they were ready for it. BBL able to convert off the KO ult.
Need a little bit more of that from Yampy
He
too.
uses
Keep those spirits up, keep them feeling good.
0.2800. It's not
And
that
yeah,
high at
this
all.
is first time we're seeing this for
And
for
This is
Wood.
the
They've now
first
got
time
2
he's used an
rounds to
op
prove
this
that they
split.
don't need heroics or
Interesting.
KO ult to win some rounds, BBL now.
Early control over towards B main though being showed here by Heretics. Putting pressure towards it.
Okay, same thing as earlier.
Feeling no
Smoke,
resistance now. This should allow
drone.
that cheating of the
It's
third
just basically
player
just
either
there
towards
to
A,
split
which I
A.
think they're getting here with Rien's. Here
It's a
comes the
great omen
paranoia.
flash hits too.
Mini Boo forced off this, but Woot out in no man's land. Can he make it his own? He absolutely can. Trying to find a little bit of a corner to play from, and he's got it. He's not been traded.
Okay.
He's not gone down.
Dude, that was
He knew
unlucky
this
though. I
one
like
was
the
coming,
pathing
but he couldn't
on
hit it
that.
in time. Rien's and Minibu still fighting from the site. Got Heretics what they need. This time, willing to take the challenge on the site itself.
Yeah, that's smart.
Not sitting so passive, but Minibu popping a lot of damage here. Propek's got Spike's down in a precarious position.
Oh, dude, they can't get multiple
55
rounds in a
seconds, they
row.
have time to work.
What a nightmare this is. Spike down short. They have their ult though, so they can go over towards B and then just get it. I feel like Heretics have just spoken about it now. That's why Benji's starting to beeline over towards B. He's got his camera as well to get early info if they do.
They can leave it.
Just check now.
3-1, 2-2. They could
They
do
do
whatever
want to
they
go B.
want. Sociable needs
Because
to
of the
get Bill
pressure of
here
the
really
ult,
to
they know
alleviate
that
some
someone
of that
has to be
stress.
anchoring B.
But can they split their attention? Propek trying to take steps in here. Minibu to the right here. There's the eyes draw. Now we got to look towards Sociable. Can he get the kill in time? There's going to be the salvos going through. Force them off the angle, but they don't know about Minibu until then. Great from Sociable. But time,
15 seconds.
It's time to get a wiggle on. Gotta go fast, boys. 9
Wait, they got a
seconds,
plan?
door
Wait,
shut.
they made this insanely
Still
doable.
game on here. And now they know the post-spawn position, at
Good
least
smoke.
for Propek.
Oh,
Smoke comes through.
Sociable,
And they are
mate, you're in
divided.
trouble.
Can they stand on their own 2 feet? The crossfire now negated. A tap on the spike draws Sociable out, leaving just Propek in the 1v3. Incredibly hard to handle now, but great damage on Benji. They're not safe yet, Heretics. And he knows the spike's not being diffused. Can he keep his cool? Can he keep his nerve? The second try now for Heretics.
Oh my
what a try from Propek.
Oh my god.
Boo in the end stays
He
as
got
cold
a lot
under
more
all
shots
the
off than I
pressure.
thought he was
It
going
gets
to.
the defuse.
Really well played round at the end there for both teams. The Cedar
Oh,
dive
Mini's
put into
complimenting
Heretics line
teams.
with the Omino, and then Sociable Propek just kind of ping-ponging off of each other there. Just beautiful play. But unfortunately, 8-3 down right now for BBL. It's not looking great.
Last player standing.
Yeah, you can feel it was close, but still, again, that scoreline ever present here.
Okay, change up of the
Heretics
op now
firmly in the
over
lead, and
towards
BBL still looking for
Minibu.
more.
And late peek
Round
over
fire, all
towards
the
short
stops
for
as Woot
him.
gonna instantly invest the knives.
Yeah, Woot's creativity. I even forgot that round went on for so long. His creativity in that round, the ways he's playing is not like a Jet I've seen before.
I like the synergy with Minibu as well.
Yeah,
Already
and
seeing them working
Minibu's the
together.
operator player.
Yeah, and this drone can't see him because he's too far
Sociable,
away.
he didn't
Hey,
even
this is
know it.
nice.
He didn't even know it was
I like a
walking
lot
to
of
his
their.
death, and it feels
They've
like
done a good
Heretics
amount of
constantly
mid stuff as well
get these
because obviously
man
they don't
advantages
have
early,
like the
and there's
camera
no
info
trades to
or
it.
like the turret info that you'd normally get from
Again, Minibu
the
here.
info
Can you
sentinel.
escape him?
Once again, you see Yampi trying his best to do some kind of distraction towards B main, but this isn't a good enough tactic.
No, it isn't.
A good amount of pressure
Minibu
over
will
towards here,
stand.
but doesn't cause much of a
How long
rotate.
will he stand?
Nice shot.
Long enough,
Doesn't cause
never
much of a
again.
rotate because
Oh my
they
God, I thought that was on, but Magnum from afar still gonna do work.
Ooh.
Propek
they
saving
instantly
him.
fade it
They're
after,
digging
so
in on this one, a 3v3.
there wasn't a rotate
know that
really.
Yampi
The
was
time was a little bit off. That's a
disconnected.
great shot, man. What the hell's going on?
Beheading.
Ah, he's right clicking this. He's dashing right
Now
clicking,
Woot
surely.
plays it forward. This is looking lethal. It's lovely from Woot.
Spike down A.
As Yampi late
30
to the
seconds
party. Doors shut on him. This is a tough task here. Gotta face it, and he actually gets his man, but look at what he takes for it. Down to 4. A valiant
Ooh.
attempt, but not enough. Heretics now
But
sitting
Heretics
safe
look
at
good,
9-3, Mini.
Yeah, 9-3 on
The
defense.
individuals
there.
have to
The side that
perform
I
on
had
this
more
comp,
doubts on
but
the numbers for Heretics, but
both of the individuals in terms of the
Well,
double
the Wu-Tang
duelists
Mini
look
Boo
really
showed
good.
up.
Look really
Look,
on
we've got a little
form.
bit of a treat here, hearing from Mini Boo, so let's head over to that. It's behind the wall. They've walked in late to this. Fnatic having to dig deep here. But Rien's doing the dance on the back of the site, and there's a problem. Miniboo swings. Oh, and he's focusing the back lines. It is divine work.
I think we have everything, like games that we play. I think we play like really methodical. But if it gets like a 1v3, any player from Team Heretics can flash this and just hit like some insane shots. And we can be really chaotic or really slow paced depending on the enemy we play against. So what's needed to win the game, we're gonna do that.
Did I pick BBL today? Nah, I went for... Dude, I have Heretics winning every game.
This year sadly
EMEA.
we started as a
And the
first place
final.
and we didn't qualify to Bangkok. So it was a little sad, and I reality checked that like international events are not given, and you need to reach for them. So I mean, it would be nice to get back to internationals. You know, like just a feeling of going to Toronto would be amazing. You know?
And it is a reminder that this isn't just another
Liquid
game
Liquid
for
second.
Heretics. This is to set the records right for them here. Bangkok obviously weighing heavy on them. A disappointment.
But I think that Fnatic game in my head is going to be incredibly close because they like the same maps.
Yeah, if they can make a
and I don't know what Fnatic picks. That's what I was trying to ask Milan earlier.
Toronto,
I think they pick Icebox, but I'm not sure because they never really played Icebox.
Certainly are, and it takes a lot
But
to stop that level of dedication.
I think they pick it. BBL's one of the only two teams to have a positive match record against Team Heretics.
How deep can you dig here? That's the real
I mean, there was a
question
year
on
where
my
they
mind.
were free, though.
Levin's had a brutal game.
When was it,
It's not been easy
2023?
for him. He's got to activate now. We've got to see all of them firing on all cylinders.
And they're playing an Ascent with no Sentinel on the defense. It's going to be very difficult. They're going to be hitting shots, and that initiator utility is going to be having to get the information that the Sentinel would not be usually getting.
Show me how much you can do. Already good info early on here. At least of some sort of presence. Whether there's commitment behind, we're yet to see. But it seems this slow build towards A is happening.
Yeah, Miniboo TPing across so he can set up his TP lineup for the A split here. Oh, it looks like a crunch into Garden.
This is nice though to offset the tempo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's an assassination! Magnum instantly deleted. I could watch that all day long. But you want shots to be hit and they're doing it.
Damn.
Oh, there he is.
I liked how calm he was though for that shot. He had a rough first half. It's nice to see him that calm after that.
Likely. Prophet. Safe.
Dude, it's still a nice pistol from Heretics, though, to be honest, as well.
Heretics coming in with the beautiful
1-1 on the pistols.
Whenever they change their comps, you can expect it, but it's all on Levin. Tripling his kills in the pistol round.
I mean, he needed that.
You can hear the smile on Mini when he says that one.
Bit of a reminder of who he is, but watching this back, I'm sure we'll see it at the start.
He was smiling so heavy.
A little crunch.
He almost let out a laugh.
So systematic, that destruction.
Nice, boys! Nice ball again!
There he is as well. If you want to see someone pumped up, you kind of want to see Yampy being one of those players, right? He is that emotional leader.
Yeah, it's good to see that despite being so far down, it's not dissuaded him at all.
Nope. He's the most hot-blooded Finn I've ever seen. Normally ice cold, but this guy does get the people going. Once again, right place. Ooh, tries to do the dodge, good damage. I mean, it's not ideal, but you'll take it at this point. That's nice, though. He's playing
dude, it's like whack-a-mole.
And he's setting the high score. Just down the loot now.
That was sick.
1v3. Not impossible, just improbable. Especially when the spy came with you. It feels like they're tracking his every move here. Yeah, he's been caught. BBL now. Another clear step. This is what they needed.
Yeah, Levin did do a lot of damage there, but I was 0-0ing because I wanted to just see him get that momentum going. If he get a couple more kills,
then you're feeling it, right?
Eco Cobra momentum can lead on into these gun rounds. It would be a potentially better half for BBL here. Sociable here.
Sociable's treat to watch there. It feels like you put any aimer in that position, they do well. It's like Demon 1 comes to mind back in the day, this now.
Just a pure headshot.
It is, it's real nice to watch. So, bonus round is looking pretty tasty here for BBL. A lot of rifles, not a lot missing. Of course, on the other side.
Yeah, let's see what their default is. Late recon, flash, smoke,
not
deep.
looking too shabby either.
Okay, so I mean, that can get punished at one point, but I imagine they changed their recon up.
Really trying to peacock that presence.
But they don't have to do it yet, first time that people are seeing the comp.
Usually, Miniboo in that kind of situation is looking to break the Sentinel utility. Nothing there to break, just distracting a little bit. Feeling out the map for a Boo's call. Looks like they're expecting some kind of aggression, but it's not going to be
Yampy
happening.
saves a good amount of money. This can be an op next round.
And again, Boo for me. There's been a lot of discussions about mid-rounding IGLs, how well they're doing across regions here, but Boo to me is still one of the brilliant ones. A great mind for the game.
Absolutely.
See how well he handles this. Obviously, BBL, as much as they may be underdogs, they are certainly in the limelight today. Yampy, maybe forced to fall back here. This feels very tentative across the map. We're down to 35 seconds.
Yeah, but they're gambling with the right site here.
Maybe just the one smoke for Boo. He used the smoke earlier on A. Maybe
See what
wait for the
Yampi
second
can
round
get.
to exit
Bulldog.
B. It's going to be all on
No
Yampi's
util.
shoulders on this B side of the map.
Right.
Tough spot for him.
This ain't going to be easy. Sociable now noted they're getting a good read of where these players are, and here it comes. And there goes Yampi, unable to really put up a fight, but with 13 seconds it felt dicey. But Heretics slowing down the tempos worked wonderfully for them. This bonus not finding the damage that BBL would have been dreaming of, and that's a little out there.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know for sure if there was like 4 over towards site. They knew that at least one was middle. Maybe they're thinking one's B main and they can try. Get the nice.
Okay,
get the 3 on site.
Hold on. You gonna make me pay attention to this, Profek? Let's
Surely
see.
not.
How far can you take this? Not far enough. Rien's there. Make sure it doesn't go too far. Another weapon lost. That could have been a conversation. For now, though, they get to 10.
BBL just trying to do a little bit economic damage there. They knew if they could flood into that site, get the retake
Forsaken,
going, it was
hello,
so
mate.
important to the context of this half.
Unlucky today, but the main win was done, man. It's lovely progression,
A
mate.
bit unsure there for BBL's side why Yampi was alone on the B side. Maybe that one smoke that Boo threw towards the A side of the map was enough for
Did the hard
BBL
part,
to
yeah,
over
for
rotate
sure.
towards that side.
Yeah,
Train continues in Toronto. You're not wrong.
There's one of our
You're not
commentators.
wrong, man. People are already building the tracks. We're getting the coal.
Yep.
It's all good.
Try-cast
You
bud.
guys have good comps for it as well. No
But
tail.
a big swing point here now, because this feels like if BBL get the next, then you're starting to look at the ults coming online. Then you're starting to look at that money getting a little bit more robust. And
wait to see
it feels
Paperx
like the momentum
against
doesn't
them.
get taken away.
Who can they get? They can get Sentinels, Billy,
They lost the pistol, that's fine,
and then
but they
whoever
win
comes
out on
second
their
here.
first buy round. So far, kind of
First game.
following traditional trend. This next one, though, is key to me. There's no massive ults here yet, though, either for Heretics.
Big thing for me, though, if BBL were able to win that round, the operator could have come online for 11, and that
Sentinels,
now they're
Paperx.
playing a
Does feel like it's
very
going to be
important
that.
round
Don't know why.
without an operator.
It
For
does
Ascent
just sound
defense,
right, doesn't
that
it?
is one of the win conditions.
It
Paperx
could have
Sunset.
changed a lot of the
Paperx
outcome.
Sentinels.
At least
on
with maybe even
Sunset,
confidence
third
levels
map.
coming to this, but pause to
Get
get
that Sage
minds
back.
set right.
I wonder what else Heretics have got up their sleeves. They've clearly been cooking some stuff, so maybe some more set rounds that BBL aren't going to be able to predict.
For now, they can kind of play it out as they see it, but this is, you kind of feel like this is either opens or shuts the door in this
Man,
one
in the
moment.
nicest way possible, though. You would love Billy Billy. Either get Sentinels or Billy Billy. I'd be loving Billy Billy.
Rian's just choosing which lineup he needs. Yeah, it looks like Heretics just playing it very slow. Their game
That's
plan
more
is
of a
just
compliment to
slow,
Sentinels than it
methodical
is a
ascent,
flame.
letting Boo work those mid-rank calls later on. A main's going to be denied from BBL.
In response, so they have got at least a shoulder on B
Okay,
main.
big, important
Yeah,
round.
I do worry if he's left so isolated.
BBL
so
lose
often,
this, the map's
but
done.
I'm sure there'll be adjustment.
Nice little attempt there from BBL. They threw the KO flash over from the B side with the haunt, trying to catch someone out of middle. Nice to see that micro there. Doesn't catch anyone though.
Dust somewhat settling from these early moves on the board. Has Sociable seen Benji, or has Benji seen Sociable? Doing the dance back and forth here.
Dude, you guys don't have the most time.
Yeah, there it is. Pixels shown, and
Well.
Benji's got it. That's a big pick here. That opens up middle, but it does leave it in the 2-2. So it's not like they have a huge advantage until, well, we look towards the side.
Magnum can win the
Another
round.
corner. Magnum, this is a tough position. The paranoia flies by. But Profek,
Oh,
wait, he's
dude.
got 2 out
Should've
of
said-
this. How's
should've
he
said
just found
Profek,
2?
to be honest.
And they don't clear
Has he done
Magnum.
that? How's he done that?
It's game on.
Down A.
Surely. A 1v3 needed from Benji.
Hey,
It's
how's
not
he
gonna
done that?
happen.
It's good
BBL,
for.
their patience is in the right
He baited in
place.
his teammate as well
Yeah,
while
Profek,
doing it.
someone I've been highlighting all year as a potential, one of the best smokers in our region, I believe.
Wow,
and I
big
thought that
compliment.
I thought him and Ruxic were going to be those players coming up from tier 2, and he's having a game right now
He
on the
absolutely
defense
is.
side.
19-12.
It was so sick. I
Oh,
don't know if
my.
this was on purpose from Heretics, but they reconned on top of Mini Boo's clone and sent in him like a droning recon. I hope that was on purpose.
Was that?
Yeah, I think it was.
I hope it was. If not,
That is sick.
Rian's is being flamed a little bit here, but
I mean, if it is intentional, if EVS, if
Okay,
we could ever
this
find
could
that,
get a little
I'd
bit
love
close.
you guys endlessly. I know I'm being a pain in the ass, but for now, Heretics, hey, here's the change point. We were saying how critical that last round was. Well, now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing the Sheriffs. Now you're seeing the Hero Guardian for Wound. That's about it.
I mean, at one
Still
point,
deadly.
because of the no Sentinel, they have to have like a
See that
punish over
recon
towards
flash
middle.
coming in again.
What the hell is this?
yeah.
Flash
See
over the
it!
top to
You
peek
said
middle
before it
with
didn't
the
catch.
recon.
This time, Sociable gets his man.
Hey, this was kind of cool.
Lovely from
They flashed
BBL.
from B over the
reward
top,
there now.
recon over the top, double peek
Boo,
through
and
mid,
Benji gotta face
especially
the
kind of
music.
like making use of the smoke that goes down. It's in like the enemy smoke. That's nice. Whoa. Okay, it wasn't him.
Bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, it didn't land on my
Easy now,
screen.
Easy now, there we go, Levin. Okay, step by step, we got to close the game now. Heretics.
Yeah, that was a
not
nice
having
little
the
play
run of
though.
the house here. And I'm very impressed. Couple ults now getting very close by. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout already. And here it, yes, it kind of looks
Yeah,
like it was.
that's for
there.
sure on
They
purpose.
s- the recon drone. I love you, EBS. Americas could never. They could never. Honestly. But, okay, let's kind of take stock then. After I've absolutely glazed the EBS team. They'll be saying,
Sure,
they're going,
sure.
yeah, boy. We got ults coming in, and we've got a big momentum change, right? BBL have
America's
taken us back
Flame,
into
yeah,
this
the
game.
problem is they
Now,
got-
Heretics, not one to turn
they
down
got
the
a lot of
challenge, though,
ammo.
right? This is now going to be them.
Got 4
put
hours
under
of
the
tech
pressure to
pause
step
ammo
up
to use
the
against
plate.
the
We've seen a
EMEA.
good defensive side.
Can't be firing too
in
many
some
shots out here.
regards coming out. So where do we sit on them handling this? You know, what's the look back here for Heretics?
I think for Heretics, they don't need to be too worried yet. I think a lot of this is looking like, again, a pistol loss and then Profik having an insane
Yes.
round.
Yes.
To me, I haven't seen anything yet that has made me too worried for Heretics.
Okay.
Obviously, if they start losing a couple more, then it's, you know.
Ooh, yeah.
The one thing is, though, again, I don't think BBL can afford that operator. And when that starts getting into play too, that's just another angle that BBL have to potentially shut down Heretics. This round, I expect Heretics to just work around the Sova ult they have.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid. It's a classic. 1 away from Woot's ult, 2 away from Mini Boos, though. 1 off from Sociables, 1 away from Magnums, a lot cycling
is the
through
plan?
11 as well. This
Another
round
big
could
buy
really heat up.
rounds, especially
Heretics
for
once again, Pace
Heretics.
change though, a little bit earlier, a little bit more aggressive on taking this control.
Oh,
and
they
BBL
wanted to
challenging some of
They want to
these.
fight this as well.
A bit of a different position.
Dude, they got some
too,
nice
and
fade
actually
eyes going on.
willingly forcing further on A main.
Yeah, BBL can always do this with their composition. They can always go for these refights
Yeah,
because they
they're
have so
deeper
much
smoke.
utility.
I'm
There's,
pretty
like,
sure
utility
what's meant to
disparity
happen
between BBL and
here, I think
Heretics.
Profek's meant
If
to
Heretics wanna
TP
fight
into this
that one-on-one,
into this
BBL are
smoke,
going to refresh their utility.
from what I
data.
can tell, and they fade eye on top and he's trying to
Into the
combo.
setup.
Just the fact they got hit early.
Sociable spotted.
Drone going out. Drone is down.
All eyes. Did he get away with this? I wouldn't say Heretics are a lazy, clear team. Oh, but he's found the timing
Lovely
just
on
right.
that.
And he gets his reward, marks his man.
Did he
Mini
take
Boo's gone.
down one entry?
Okay, I mean, I'm starting to believe a little bit here in BBL. They've been convincing me round by round. That smoke holding back basically the majority of Heretics.
Yeah, Heretics has a very clear plan of what they do this round with the Yoru ult orb, but
I know exactly where you
30 seconds left.
11 in the middle, nothing. Okay.
He's trying to play this out. Oh, the faith in the reveal.
Uh-oh.
But Rien's up middle. They brought it back to a 3v3. Benji low, boosted alive, and Rien's
Damn,
there.
that's the kill,
Levin
though.
still fighting, and Levin coming online. We said we needed it, and we
His
got
defense
it.
looks kind of solid though.
Levin
Dude,
after a
the fade
disastrous
util right now
first
is
half,
looking really
finding
strong.
his footing when BBL needed it.
Yeah, that's everything for BBL. And now Operator Economy comes online. Levin can lean into that too. A hell of a turnaround for him.
Oh.
Only 1 kill
Yeah.
on that attack side. Up to
guys.
9
If
already.
we talk, we will win this game. If we don't talk, we will lose.
Keeping those comms
Okay.
up. Trying to
Keeping
build.
it simple.
It's as simple as
Love
that.
it. Love it. Oh, it's making me smile because I just want to close games.
Big if true.
Yeah, it seemed like Heretics in that round, I was trying to say that, like, they had a very clear timeout.
Yep.
They were getting a bit complicated, taking A, going back, taking the orb. They were going to do a kind of a Sova ult, Yoru ult combo of some sort, but the basics in that round, the fundamentals, just checking those corners, having the util there to check the corners just wasn't there.
Yeah, you've seen
But keep
teams
in mind,
adopting
do
this a
not
lot
forget
more when
the
they play against
caliber
Teo
of
at the
player
moment.
Heretics
To
have.
like
There's always a
smoke over
chance you
towards
get
the
a
A main
win
to
round. There's a
re-clear. If you
chance
don't
get
really
a
smoke
win
and you
round.
don't
There
create
are
pressure or a
options.
question mark over towards
BBL
Wine,
need to keep
then the
that
Teo can
in
just
mind.
damage out and they don't have to worry about a crossfire. So
Woods looks
this is really
phenomenal
strong.
with
When you
these
do this,
knives
you kind of
game already.
stop them from feeling like they can retake and re-clear over towards A.
I mean, it's not an easy task to do, right?
Because this is just pretty much a perma question mark.
But already not wanting to probably approach that B site, already
I
hearing
say as they knifed it to clear, but
Looking like a beast
that's the full
Heretics.
process.
Who's got
Dude, 2 on site here. This might
Social
work well.
Magnum bunkered in with that
They don't
Omen
have the guns,
and
but
Tail.
if these two don't
soon
get enough,
There it is, just denying that
they'll-
access towards site, slowing them
they'll
down.
pick up the guns.
Now,
The 1 KO
supplementing
flash.
and
Yam's got a big
reinforcing
KO flash for the 2 on
And
site.
it's site time. Sociable gonna
No
spot the barrel as well.
way.
This is beautiful.
How did
Woods
Mini
still alive.
Boo go
Oh,
down?
no,
He's aiming at the
dead.
guy
And now
close and he
things are
kills the
looking
guy
even
B
better for
main.
BBL. Levin,
That's incredibly
he would've shot off
unlucky.
himself here, maybe unnecessarily, but fair play. With 10 seconds, do what you must. React.
Shot.
Whoa, making this look not impossible. 5 seconds.
Oh,
time
he's
is
got
a
time.
factor.
Oh
What a
man, this would
banging
be
shot from
one of the
Rienz.
better
Plants
1v3s.
online. Is he the one to do it here?
3 bullets.
3 bullets. Oh,
That
he
is
lands it. I
so
told you,
calm,
these
bro.
players are like no
He's
others.
so
They'll
calm
get
with
you
his
around
aim.
like that. The
Dude,
second you
that's one of the
thought
better
you were
1v3s
safe,
we've seen.
Heretics
It really
remind
is.
you who they are.
10
And it always
seconds and he
seems to
does
be
that.
Rienz in those moments, saving Heretics when they're down in the momentum. They needed that round.
Oh, they bloody did. Breaks the 3 rounds back to back for BBL. And look at this one from Rienz. And it felt like it, for BBL, they
His
took
aim
their
looks
eyes off
incredible.
who they were facing for a second. These kind of individual moments. You get punished. And you can't forget about it now. They should be on red alert, but the ults are coming online, Mini. This now changes the dynamic, and it looks like it's changed the pace.
Yeah, fast now here. Sova ult AX coming in for Heretics.
Evan already expecting
different
the
pathing.
dash towards the site, but he's waiting to find a target, but it's Profek again, straight in, but Heretics
that's
trading
nice.
out better.
And he's on
Rienz,
top of this.
Are you aware that you're being closed
Yeah.
in on
I think he
Yamp?
had
It's
him.
just around that corner. It looks like Rienz is
Nope.
aware though. Oh my god, the timing. Yampy, this is a brutal fight. He wants it, he wins it. And now surrounding on both fronts. Sociable still has utility. He's got his drone. He's got bits to play with here. And he steps out on his own. Boo, tucked in towards hell, misses the critical shot, but Benji doesn't, leaving just Sociable alive. Hard to clear this,
All missiles away.
but it's Salvos now. Swings the smoke, doesn't find anything, sends the stun off to the right. He can't handle it, Benji.
Okay,
Dragging
4.
them up to 12. Heretics getting the gap they needed.
Yeah, I love
that
that.
1 round messed them.
Pace change up from Heretics there. After having a big
Hey, it was a classic
though.
though.
Going to be feeling a little bit emotional.
Sova
maybe talking a little
all
bit what
in, the
happened last
Omen
round,
can give
had
info
last
where the
round, and
server ult
Heretics
should be hitting as well.
not giving them time
Got
to
insta
think about
recon
that,
for
and straight
close.
into that
It's
A
a nice
site.
round.
And it all felt safe and secure for a moment, right? We were believing in that comeback from
And
BBL.
dude,
The
the
gap
straight
getting
up hits
closer.
now. They're
And then
probably
that
going to get
gear
wrecked by this
change.
knife though.
That
Does
moment
he
showing who
pop his
Heretics
ult
are.
before the knife hits or what?
And now can BBL respond in kind.
Yeah, well, no one can
Oh,
really
dear
follow this
me.
up, right?
Yampy with a judge. He's not stopping. He's been seen, so you know
Yampy.
he's here. But can they remove
Surely
him,
they
right?
know
The
he's
smoke
here.
feels almost obvious, but he's still going to stand his ground.
Damn,
Takes away
he got his
Wood.
one.
Good trade though. And now the site is under scrutiny. It's under pressure as well. Levin trying to backfill the space, but they know they've lost control of the site. Miniboo's there, but they can't hear him, they can't see him. And now they've dealt with them. BBL only losing Yampy after he took one with him. In all that chaos,
It
they
might-
step up.
Yeah,
It's just praising
has
Heretics
legs.
for the pace shift, but to do it again against a composition that has that KO knife available, the KO knife just hits all of them. Not able to do anything there off of that Euro ult there, Heretics. Great flood in from BBL.
That's a confidence builder again for BBL. Quickly, okay.
So
Breathe. We've still got a chance in this.
they
Yampy's
won
got
the
ult
round when
now.
they had better
2 away from
guns.
Sociables.
1v3
Not a million miles away on
server
the other
ult.
side. Pretty far from their ults. Pretty far from a full purchase.
Hey,
But do
dude,
remember
it's
how they
super
got back in
doable
this
for
game off
BBL.
the back of Rienz.
When do
2
they
of
get their
those
ults back?
Guardians, One with Woot, one with Benji.
They're miles
Sheriff's
away.
outside of that. And this looks like a similar piece. We've
Absolutely
seen this before.
miles away
This
from the
time,
main
no
ults.
span in middle.
Give that Guardian over to Rienz again.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, Woot's on 10.
There we go. Thank you, Woot.
They're listening. Coach Mini's back. This feels like the pistol round.
Does,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
My word.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Holy.
Hello. There's a lot of players in that smoke.
It's a clean up.
Levin farming up. A feel-good moment for him.
Yeah, it's convincing.
Boo with 5 to find and a ghost to face his opponents with an in-zone flawless here. We're up to 10 now.
And I was starting to get worried that we're going to have a very one-sided affair. After we bigged it up, it's a beautiful game of Valorant between two good teams. And BBL, they're doing their best to make us not look too stupid.
And a timeout for Heretics here. Maybe time to pull out a set piece, a play, something in mind. This is very late in the day, and it's a Weber conversation rather than the Niels conversation.
Yeah, Weber usually talks a little bit more in these moments, I feel like. Has a bit more of that kind of mid-round, mid-game adaptation approach, it feels like. I think both go back and forth sometimes.
Yep.
But Weber, very good strategic mind for the game.
How much do you pay for that shout-out?
I was thinking about it recently because I watched the podcast with Benji and Neil, and I remembered that, you know, I am friends with these people, so I should probably say nice things sometimes. Well, I used to be a competitor, so I actually used to hate them, you know.
Got it. Now you're like, okay.
You know.
No, I think a lot of us have been impressed with what they've been able to achieve. Again, it's not the fact that Heretics were good once, it's the fact that they're getting back to being good. Now, this half, though, is a solid reminder of the fact that BBL are dangerous. You know, we've been talking about them as the dark horses here.
It's like flaming.
Obviously not on the flawless run, but my God, you know, eye test alone, they are passing it. And they are making this work for themselves. It could be all over in a blink of an eye in one round, but for now they are going toe-to-toe with Heretics and making them work for their dinner.
Yeah, it's a good sign they're shutting down the explosivity from the double duelist. Heretics might need to now adapt and play a little bit more of a style that the double duelist isn't as good at, just to feel it out more.
Seeing the Outlaw out for Yampy, and you can see the light shields on the other side, so this is a big investment, and probably a valuable...
It's the Odin Towers play. Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, it's the EG.
Nice looks from them. I've been impressed again with BBL, these little like set pieces, even though now going to be the one to wait and see. Are they committing? They are.
I mean, he can one-shot everyone apart from, apart from Boo. Dude, they get a free side here. This is looking like one of their best chances, especially that kill. Is that not it? Yampy has to get that.
Big shot from Yampy opens up the retake.
Still a really hard retake. They got KO. Not that it changes too much, but they might as well do it because they've only seen one of the flashes.
Ult comes in. BBL getting closer. Haunts there. Prowler's there.
Dude, Benji's playing this so weird.
Benji looking for it, but he's blinded. He can't remove this. They've got to get going now, though. Time running short. Benji again finds Profek.
Very, very nice. Played behind the smoke on Heaven. Dude, this got really close, though. This got really, really close. That 1v3 definitely felt like the difference maker.
Great first map.
Yeah, beautiful first map. We highlighted this as the map that